why sometimes we can have this sense of real deep inner peace and calm, and other times it feels like it's a million miles away. So the first thing that's interesting to notice about that is for all of us, somewhere there is a sense of knowing that there's something fixed or stable that we're looking for. Now we can be looking for that in a state of mind. So for example, in happiness or peace of mind or calm or inner peace or whatever words work for you. We can be looking for it in a job or in a business. We can be looking for it in a relationship. We can be looking for it in a dedication to a hobby, to a sport or something like that. But behind lots and lots of human behavior is this drive to find something consistency and something stable. And when we can't find that, we tend to struggle. We tend to find things, what we would call life, difficult. So if you're watching this and your relationship is messy at the moment or whatever, you're probably finding that hard. Could be that, the one you love is away, or the one you loved is now the one you despise. Could be any of those things, but the chances are that you're going to be finding it difficult. Those are the hard times, because we're always looking for that stability. Or maybe you thought you'd found it in the perfect job, and then it turns out that the perfect job is accompanied with the idiot boss, and so now it's not the perfect job anymore. And so maybe you look for something different. Or maybe you'd found the perfect home and then discovered that they're not the perfect neighbours, or something about it isn't quite right. So there's always that sense of oscillation between, I think I've got it, I've lost it again. I think I've got it, I've lost it again. I think I've got it, I've lost it again. And that pulse, that pattern can go on for all of your life. And in a sense, there's nothing wrong with it. It's normal. We've come to expect it. But there are points at which it can become so clear and so obvious that you need to go beyond that you have no choice but to start exploring. That's what happened for me. And it happened in such an obvious and noticeable way that I couldn't ignore it. The whole fabric of how I saw the world was torn to pieces in an instant. Sounds dramatic, it's not really. But it just changed beyond recognition, and I couldn't not examine further. So it turns out that what we're looking for is this stability, something that never changes, never goes away, no matter what is going on in the circumstance of our life. And as I said, we know this somewhere in the back of our mind. It's like an echo. It's in there. It's like, yeah, I know that I should be able to find something stable. But the problem is we try to find it in circumstances. And we can't. It's just impossible. Good things happen. Bad things happen. Business goes well. Business goes badly. Relationship is brilliant. Relationship is terrible. All of that. The world of objects, of form, of circumstances is like that. Comes and goes. Sun's out one day, rainy the next. Cold one day, mild the next. That's just how that world plays out. But we're looking for something different, aren't we? We're looking for that which is stable. And in so-called awakening experiences, that's what happens. The stable reveals itself. It's like, oh, wow. Like, that's the thing I'm looking for. I remember when, these so-called circumstances happened for me some years ago. Early on, it was like, oh, wow, that's the thing I've been seeking. That's what I was looking for. That deep inner peace, deep inner calm on which you live your life. So like a foundation, a new foundation. And it appeared. And then it went away again. And I was like, oh no, I can't believe it. This thing that I thought would be there forever has disappeared again. And at that point, I'd fallen into what I call now the seeker's trap. So here's what had happened. That deep sense of peace of mind had revealed itself to itself. If that sounds strange for the moment, don't worry about it. Just go with it. Just listen to it. So the deep peace of mind had made itself visible to itself. What had then happened is the character, what people who know me would know as Dave, had come in, which is the mind, or a thought had come in and trying to own that experience and taken it back into the world of the unstable. The mind changes. You notice how many times a day your mood shifts. If not by a little bit, sometimes by a lot. Just notice that, how the mind comes and goes, thoughts come and go, feelings come and go, sensations come and go, likes, dislikes come and go, loves come and go. And something knows all of that. And that something that knows is what we sometimes call the true self, or the true you. There's a character of you, the role you play in the world, a body, a mind, that mechanism, that's the character. That's not who you really are. That's a mental functioning that started when you were very, very small. Now deep in the recesses of your mind, while you can't remember exactly being a baby, but you can remember what it's like to just look out on the world with no judgment, no prejudice, no real mind about what's going on in the world of objects, in the world of form or life, as we call it. You can remember what that's like, and you get glimpses of it so many times. So actually, here's the irony: the whole when we're happy, when we're contented, when we're most peaceful, that's not the character experiencing that. It's the true who we are experiencing the absence of the character. Let's just say that again. So it's the truth of who we are experiencing the absence of the temporary sense of who we are. So it's like the true nature experiencing an absence of Dave in this case. Dave's gone to sleep. And when Dave goes to sleep, all is well in the world. When Dave comes back and wakes up again, and I don't mean as in a sleep awake, I mean like in normal waking state. When Dave's in, the head is busy, there's stuff to do, problems to solve, all that, which is all normal. But you won't find that long-lasting consistency that you're looking for in the world of everything that's changing. You just can't, because it's always changing. You need to look before that, or even beyond that, to find what you're looking for. That's where you're going to see it. That's where it reveals itself to itself. And you've had so many glimmers of this throughout your life, I guarantee it. You'll know what I'm saying is true. It's only ever a question of having that glimmer for long enough for it to become established enough that true nature starts to know itself again and takes its proper place as the foundation of your experience. Why? Why is that so cool? Why is that so great? Because it's the end of suffering as we know it. It's the end of this deep sense of separation and longing. And so from that deeper place, the character tends to function much better in the world, much more stably, is less prone to being thrown around by circumstance, because it is circumstance. That's what the character is, it's circumstance. It's not a solid thing, it changes. Your character's changed over the years. Your likes, dislikes have changed. Who you like, what you like, all of these things change. The body changes goodness knows how many times a day. So that's all the world of change. But what's observing that, what knows that, what's aware of that, that's you, that's who you truly are. And that's what we want to come to know.